Lost Soul Aside has tons of challenging bosses, and today we here at Direct Gaming are going to show you how to take on Lord Golden Lion. In this guide, we're going to cover the following. First, a look at our equipment, upgrade path, and arena powers. Then, an in-depth look at the boss's moves, how to avoid said moves, and then how to counter those moves as well. Then, finally, a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to use everything you have learned in real time. Timestamps below, let's get started. Now, being the first boss in the game, we don't have much to work with in terms of multiple weapons, attachments, upgrades, or the arena powers. However, I still want to show you what I focused on personally in case you wish to copy anything that I personally used. For equipment, I went with the Empire Glory Sword. Arena power, I have the Void Maw. And trinkets, I ended up using the Bracelet of Glimmer. You actually obtain this in the town before you set off to this area we are currently in right now. This little trick right here gives attack plus 15 when you do a perfect dodge. The final thing I want to go over is where I put my skill points. Great thing about this game is that skill points are actually pretty easy to come by. They are basically handed out like candy. I unlocked a couple of moves that help a lot with area of effectiveness. This includes things like Heavy Cleave and Shadow Rend, which is basically level 1 and level 2. However, level 2 leaves you open, so I wouldn't recommend using it too much, but level 1 can work out pretty well as it's nice and quick and can help deal decent amounts of damage to the boss. Otherwise, you don't need much that the sword skill tree gives you this early on, so let's just go into the boss fight itself now. Now, Golden Lion is a pretty standard sword-based boss with lots of reach since the dude stands pretty tall above you. Luckily, dodging can go through his attacks when timed just right, meaning you can take no damage and you don't need to worry about jumping over too many things and thus can counter his attacks pretty easily. Let's go ahead and break these down real quick. If you see the boss break down into golden little bits, then get ready for a perfect dodge, as when he reappears, you will see the dodge circle appear around the boss indicating an attack is coming for you. Just remember though, not to dodge once you see the blue circle and to wait about a second or so. When you see him reappear, wait until he's about to lunge at you and then hit the dodge button. Once that starts, dodge over to the side and you're going to gain what I like to call an instant slash charge, indicated by the floating orb around you. When you obtain these, you can actually hold on to these for a little bit and you can actually hold up to 3 at a time, at least currently right now in the game. These can be used to close the distance and attack the boss after his attacks are finished. One other thing to keep in mind when the boss reappears after he turns into the little golden bits, as I like to call them, is that sometimes he will actually throw a slash attack at you, so be ready just in case he mixes things up. Of course, with any sword-based boss, it will have basic slash attacks. You can dodge these pretty easily, unless you like blocking instead for some reason, but I personally recommend dodging since it gives you the chance to get those charges for instant slash. The boss will do 2 slashes, usually, finishing up with a 3rd slash that will show you the dodge circle that we mentioned beforehand. When you see the boss stick his sword into the ground, an electric-style circle will form around him. Get out of this circle before it goes off. As the battle goes on, the area of this circle will increase, so definitely be mindful of that. The big attack that can do a lot of damage if you are not careful is when the boss stomps his foot onto the ground 3 times. It will send a crystal-like shockwave out, and this can hurt you a decent amount, especially if all 3 hit you. After this happens 3 times, the boss will follow this up with a kick motion that will actually kick a crystallized boulder at you, and it will track you, so definitely need to be careful here and hit that dodge button to time it just right. The nice thing about the shockwaves, though, is that you can actually dodge through them and then get an instant slash charge each time for a total of 3. You also might notice due to the B-roll here that I'm sticking pretty close to the boss's feet. This allows me to counter him much faster after the final attack is finished. As you do damage to the boss, you're going to deplete his stagger/stamina bar. This will allow you to use your sync finisher, which is square and X on the PlayStation controller. However, I don't recommend going right into this. Either use basic moves with combos or use L2 and R2 to use Arena's powers to deal some really good damage. Then, as the stamina bar is about to fully fill back up again, then use your sync finisher. I also found doing this instead of sync finisher has the stamina bar refilling slower, which means you can deal more damage over time. I'm not sure if this is for all bosses, but at least for this one right here, take advantage of it. You might also notice the 2 diamonds above the health bar of the boss. This means that once you take out the first full health bar, you'll have 1 more to go. Basically meaning you have to take the health down twice. I know this might be obvious, but I personally didn't notice it because it was the very first time of me playing this game and I was really tired after work. Other than that though, this boss isn't too tough, seeing how it's basically the first boss, but do keep an eye on your health, especially if you turn off Rumble, since getting hit in this game does not result in your character getting tossed around so much. You could be in the middle of the combo, but also getting hit by the boss at the same time. So just be careful here. Keep up the attacks until you defeat the Golden Lion. Now, here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to use everything in real time. Don't be afraid to use items to make things easier if this boss is too challenging. As always, learn the attacks and patterns of the boss to make it easier. It's okay if it takes a couple of tries. If you enjoyed the guides and a like on the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content. And don't forget to check out our other Lost Soul Aside guides and content, along with our other videos in the top right corner and pinned comments. Thanks for watching the video. I've been Talon with Direct Gaming. I hope you have a great day and week, and I hope to see you all in the next video or in our live streams. We enjoy getting to chat with everyone who stops by. Until next time, though, John A.
我が力を見よ。体がなまっているようだ。たかが虫けらに引き叩き潰せないとは尻にしてくれるわ。これはどうだ。賢く行くぞ。今この瞬間に。ではこちらの番だ。気をつけろ。本気を出すぞ。賢く行くぞ。以上は持たない。ここからだ。さあ我が筋肉を鍛える時間ならここまでだ。力を合わせよう。